I've been standing here finishing watching BCP Farming and Trucking's video. In fact, they got a wee bit more snow than I think they thought they were gonna get. Whatever, something like that. Anyway, they've come a little closer. That one there was right up here by the gate. I leaned down and looked face to face with her, about a foot away from her nose. As long as the gate was between us, we were good. When I stood up and leaned on it, well, she backed up. But she came forward. She was like where the one is behind her. When I leaned up here, those two are inching their way forward. Becky said earlier that did you get up and let the pups out? No, not since I went to bed. And it must have been a little before 4 o'clock, between 3:30 and 4, she let them out. I probably woke up when she came back to bed. I don't know. I've been awake since 3:45 anyway. She says, I only let them out the one time. No mess. They're happy. They laid back down, went to sleep when they came back in. So I didn't even let them out to go potty when I come out, because it hadn't been that long. And these girls are just going to keep creeping up, slowly but surely. I didn't even realize she moved ahead a little more. Anyway, she says, it's sure monsoon. And I'm going, yeah, I heard it over you snoring last night when I came to bed. And get up and look at the weather station. That was a dog sneezing behind me, just scared her. Oh, that ain't that much since yesterday. I come out and look at the rain gauge. We're almost at 8 inches for the month now. We got at least a ½ inch overnight. That's not what my eyeballs were seeing on the other ones. I don't know. I could be wrong. I think the weather station's about a 1/4 inch behind the gauge. But, like anything, when the wind's blowing 50 miles an hour, how does the frickin' rain get into the gauge to begin with? So, anyway. And yeah, maybe I'm feeding early, maybe I'm not. Depends on when I get up as to when I feed in the morning. I've been known to feed at 3:30. I've been known to feed at 4:30 like this morning. So, I'm going to get it done. I don't know that I'm going to get the lot cleaned today. I might at least scrape down by the gate, assuming the feed barn's bales are empty, so I can actually clean that, because I'm sure there's enough crap in those feeders that's got to get cleaned. But we will see what happens, and in the meantime, I had a little over 3 minutes of enjoying watching them sneak up on me, and if we'd have had them tied already, they'd be up here. I'd be scratching on them. I don't know when Ty's going to do that. Finished feeding. Think around the shop for a little bit. Of course, I'm up, I don't know, hour earlier than normal. And Ty's going to be later than normal, because Matt and Brooke weren't going to drop Blakely off there till 6:30. Usually it's 5:30. So, and I guess next week it's going to be the same thing, except next week, Monday, Brooke's keeping Blakely, so she had to take the day off work. And I think Brooke ought to come out. There's a pickup load of firewood over there for her to take home. Oh, and hey, the moon came out in the last few minutes. It's still raining, just not as hard as it was. Anyway, no, Blakely can be over there watching us prig check. She can start learning that stuff now. Nothing wrong with it. But anyway, they've been fed. Hopefully they've done what they had to do after being fed. So I'm going to go back in where it's drier and warmer. I don't understand this very often. But I'll show you why. Yeah, this is why. Hopefully you hear me over that thing. I got my little mic on too. That's the solider stuff that was at the ends of the building. Stuff down into the hole, so I got something I can drive out onto. So try to keep that out there. And let's see if we can see it. Try not to get too close to the skid steer. That would be a slot pile. I did a little quick guessing on that. It's about 35 feet wide and about 50 feet long, and the middle of it is a good 3 feet thick. If you want to do the math, you'll know how many cubic yards of literal slop there is. Oh yeah, I didn't clean the feeders out either. Sometimes it works out. There was dirt underneath it, but by the time you move them, the dirt's gone. And looky there. That's not the best, but a hell of a lot better than it was. One reason for getting it done now is it's needed to get done. And another reason is we gotta hopefully not play out here much on Monday, but you know, if they decide to run out of the barn before we get the gate shut, we gotta be in it. It's not the best by the barn because there's holes and stuff in there I can't do anything with. Yeah, yay. My plan was to be done with all this before lunch. I still have to do the slop that's in where the steers are too. I don't know if I'm going to get that done before lunch. But, and of course, most of the time I was in here, the sun was shining. When I went to open that gate to go out, Becky was taking the recycle can around to go up by the garage, walking with Blakely, and I was going to try to get a clip of that, and I wasn't quick enough. Anyway, back to the grind. Look who came to see me. Had to hose off.
You waiting for us?
While I was hosing off, I got, 8 tubs cleaned up and out of the way. She was helping me. Weren't you, Blakely? Oh, yeah. And the pups are down here. I don't know where the other one is.
He's right here.
Oh, there he is.
1, 2, and 3.
Phone was in the way. I couldn't see him. They're telling me they got a whole bunch of stuff done in the house.
I did!
And Blakely's going, yeah, whatever.
Now the only thing in the garage is stuff to go to the veterans.
Good.
Thank Kylie.
Get it out of here.
Um,
I'm going to hit that after lunch.
I know.
Throw some bales in.
You're getting cold though, baby. You're turning.
And,
your hands are turning color, honey.
Well, she just had her hands in the cold water, too.
Like Leanne.
Careful. Hey.
You're cold, baby.
I forgot to hose my leg off. I got full of chit. I had an issue with the far feeder. When I went to pull on it to pull on the cable to straighten the feeder out, it come off the spool. That was fun. Almost ended up on my arse. Yeah, well, it's not raining. Feed bales, and it'll probably be raining when I do that. Well, got them fed. Gotta feed the cows yet. These girls thought I was gonna put something in the feeder for them. And yeah, they've been inside pretty much all day. Straw's not looking near as good as it was. And when they all went out, I actually cleaned into right there where that nice fresh pile of poop is, just this side of that. So that's what they've taken back out with them across the concrete. And yes, it rained. All my tracks are full of water. And I don't know what to do with that spot. Put rock in there. When it rains, it comes in because they come in and out. It gets soft underneath and sinks out. I mean, Mom and Dad's plan way back when was they were going to concrete some every year. I wish they would have, because all this would be concrete. It'd be a whole lot easier to clean. It'd be slick, but the way it is now, it's slick, and once in a while you dig in, make a mess. Ideally, it would be close to level from feeder to the back wall. There's actually at this end over here from the gate into where the steers are to the back wall, there's a good 4 foot of elevation drop. Probably more than that, actually. And this end's at least 3 feet from the feeder to the back wall. Probably more like 4 feet. Well, even just where the lockups are here. There's 3 section lockups, and there's a full foot drop between each section. And the ground is all, so, I mean, at that rate, there's a 3 foot drop just to there. So, or it's probably almost a 5 foot drop at this end. That can get fun, especially, I mean, up here isn't too bad, but those lower poles, I wrapped a skid steer around one of them one year. Got a wedge between the tires. Couldn't get out of it because it was manure below it, so I couldn't spin around downhill. Couldn't spin around uphill. We had at the time we had the 135 with the blade on it, kind of cleaning up, and I think I had what we just use for brush forks now. Those were originally made to be manure forks for somebody else that we made them for. And when he retired, he gave them back to us. She'll put the grapple on them. But, yeah, it was fun getting it pulled off of there. It took about an hour to actually get it pulled clear off. And wind change. That's coming in out of the southwest. It's to the back, more or less, now. But anyway, and dark enough in here, I turn the lights on to feed tonight. And if I don't hurry, I'm probably going to get really wet, too. Because it's coming. And I didn't think it rained. Well, I knew it rained quite a bit last night, but it rained enough. It came through the ditch and went down a ways. Need to open that back up. Should have done that when I had the bucket on. I'll take the bucket, scoop the ditch, and leave the pile on this side. Kind of dike it up a little bit. So, anyway, all I got left to do is feed the bulls and shut 2 gates in the feed barn. Excuse me, and let the cows in. So, that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back in. And it's cold. And earlier I had sleeveless hickory shirt and just my raincoat. Raincoat's, you know, glorified windbreaker. I was fine. Of course, having the bibs on helps too, but right now with my coat on, I'm chilly. I look much better. So anyway, hope you all had a great Friday. And I kind of lost what day it was today. I mean, I know it's Friday. I was thinking it was first of the week, not the end of the week. They all blend together. So, hope everybody has a great weekend. And as always, thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it. Like a bad dream, I am back. I figured, what the heck. You haven't seen the race for a while. Other than 241's first again. Dumbass. Can't lean against the gate and walk in. It doesn't work. Closes the gate. This is a whole lot better out here than it was. Other than right where I'm standing. I'm standing on the concrete, but if they'll let me get the gate swung far enough, I can step out and not step in a hole. That'd be one of the new cows. I was thinking today I hadn't seen her for a while, so I was actually looking for her. I stepped in a hole anyway. And then I found her. 618. Uh-oh. Not really. And Boomer and the other new cow. I must have blinked. There's a yearling in here somewhere. I mean, 2-year-old, I should say now. Getting already. Thought you were going to go with Ruby's butt, didn't you? I was just stepping over the hole. It's over my ankles. Right through there. Poor old Boomer. Becky. Oh, she doesn't have any teeth. We got to get rid of her. Well, look at the condition she's in. Look at what she weans off. May not have any teeth, but somehow she's making what she doesn't have work. So, anyway, thanks again for watching.